I'm Dan Harris, and here's what I'm fixated on right now. Prayer. Today is the National Day of Prayer, which is a good excuse to take a look at some fascinating numbers about how much we as Americans pray. These numbers I'm about to show you give you a real sense of what kind of country we're living in. Check it out. Nearly 60% of Americans say they pray at least once a day. That's according to the Pew Forum on Religion and Public Life. Here's how this breaks down by religion. The leaders in the field are the Jehovah's Witnesses, 89% of whom say they pray at least once a day. They're followed very closely by Mormons, historically black Protestants, and evangelicals. After that, Muslims, Hindus, and Orthodox Christians. 58% of Catholics say they pray once a day or more, followed by Buddhists, and then at a significantly lower rate, Jews and the unaffiliated. Older people are more likely to pray. 68% of people older than 65 say they pray at least once a day, compared to 48% of 18 to 29-year-olds. As the old saying goes, closer, my God, to thee. Women are more likely to pray than men, 66% to 49%. Blacks more than whites, 76 to 55. Republicans more than Democrats, 66 to 58. And the rich are less likely to pray than the not-so-rich. 48% of people making over 100 grand say they pray daily versus 64% of people making under 30 grand, which raises some real questions about whether we're going to get more religious during this current economic downturn. What's fascinating to me here is that even among the major population groups who say they pray the least, like young people, the level is still at about 50%, which gives you a real sense of what a religious country we live in. A couple of days ago, I was down in beautiful Key West, Florida, for a junket for journalists put on by the Pew Forum, and I spoke about all of this with Pew's Luis Lugo. Let me make sure I have my shots set.
All right.
Actually,
Too much sun?
Too much sun, believe it or not.
Well, it's about to go down.
Are we the most religious developed country in the world?
No question, by far. If you look at any of these figures, and it's not just prayer, by the way, if you ask people in the United States, how important religion is to you, about the same number as tell us they pray at least once a day, tell us that religion is very important. It's about 6 in 10. When you compare those figures, Dan, with any other advanced industrial country, no one even comes close.
Do you have a sense of why we're so religious?
The one key factor is that we've always had a true open market, free market in religion in this country. We've never had an established church at the national level. It's always been sink or swim. And that meant that every religious institution to stay in business had to attract adherents. I think part of that equation is the role of evangelicalism in the United States. It's kept everybody else on their toes.
Do people think that they have a direct line?
Yes, people do. The vast majority of Americans believe in a personal God and are fairly certain about it. And so I think for many of them, it is communicating with the divine in a very personal way.
Now, for the 8% of us who are either atheist or agnostic, I should point out that today is also something called the National Day of Reason, which is organized by some secular people as a sort of counteroffensive against the National Day of Prayer. I've also learned recently about something called godless congregations. We'll have more on that in the coming weeks. For now, see ya.